The world is turning towards bioethics to look for the answers, for certainty, and for a confident moral authority. Yet my message to you today is that together we must instead embrace uncertainty and humility in order to embark on a journey of moral becoming. A becoming where we acknowledge that the reality of bioethics is that it has carved this unique space in order for us to understand our spiritual realities through the fragility of the human form. Uncertainty amid this pandemic has become a learned habit for us. It has also taught us how hollow the 4 bioethical principles really are in the face of a real crisis. Autonomy feels like fiction amid lockdown protests. Justice feels empty when we decide whether or not to unplug the ventilator. Beneficence cannot give back our lost jobs. And non-maleficence is suspended within our abandoned nursing homes, our jails, and shelters. Between TikTok videos and advice on gargling bleach, we might doubt the integrity of our degree in the face of such political and social uncertainty. But that's precisely the best way to graduate. With this uncertainty, with this doubt, instead of with entitlement. The foundation of being a good bioethics leader, I think, is in first recognizing the very privilege of being able to study bioethics. After class, there would be so many moments where we would really ask each other, is this okay? Is it okay to end the life of a newborn child in critical care just because they might have a disability? Who do our genes really belong to in this age of biotechnology? And how would you tell the children of an 85-year-old on a ventilator that someone else needed it more? We have graduated without answers to these dilemmas, nor with the authority to decide right from wrong. What we do have is a community that has deconstructed the ego and the arrogance that comes with thinking that we know things. And people take years to figure out that we are all uncertain and imperfect beings, and we have begun this journey within our master's degree today. Over the next few years, I think the bigger project in bioethics is humility. The kind of humility where we understand that healthcare and technology are only a small part of the life worlds of our patients. These next few years can hopefully retrain us to worry less about our productivity as cogs in global systems of biopower, and instead focus on how we can be constructive members of our communities. This kind of thoughtful civic participation inspires spirituality, creativity, and kinship. It inspires revolutions that shift systems of power and create empty fields where we can begin to sow our own seeds of meaning. In the Sufi traditions, this kind of creative moral thinking can happen after a period of khalwa, which in Arabic signals a withdrawing from the external worlds in order to gain an insight into our own internal worlds. These internal worlds are vast and contain so much potential. But up till now, we've been forgoing our radical potential in order to pursue power, possessions, property, people, and sometimes even papers. Adopting uncertainty and humility allows us to build our core senses from this program and allows us to grow into the project of moral becoming. A project that never truly ends as we navigate what it is to do good and be good in a society that is confusing in its interconnectedness and frightening in its love for rhetoric. In our becoming, we acknowledge that we will never be done or right, but we will always exist somewhere in between. In our becoming, we might value our ability to be uncertain and humble as our tools to becoming better. And sometimes the lines here are blurry. Sometimes it's not about justice, but about forgiveness. Or it's not about autonomy, but about love. And at this time, we should be celebrating the opportunity and the privilege that we have to construct change. And it doesn't have to be this big kind of social change or the change that appears in newspapers. The most valuable changes are within exploring our own internal worlds and within caring for one another without expecting anything in return. For me, the bio in bioethics teaches us that we must die. And the ethics part of bioethics asks us what we live for. As Ali ibn Abi Talib, philosopher and leader of the Islamic world over 100 centuries ago, said, and I want to end with this quote, "Your cure is within you, yet you do not sense it. Your sickness is from you, yet you do not see it. And you consider yourself a small body, yet encapsulated within you is the entire universe." So from one universe to another, congratulations, class of 2020.